Once again, my dear angelic students, good afternoon. This afternoon, we are going to discuss about the curriculum guide for RIS 1. This is intended for the Special Science and Technology class. Now, may I read to you the description of this subject? Research 1 is a course in the STEM curriculum that is designed to equip students with essential scientific attitudes and skills that will prepare them in conducting investigations. These skills will include observing, inferring, classifying, predicting, communicating, formulating hypotheses, identifying variables, describing relationships between variables, designing investigation, experimenting, and writing simple scientific report. Moreover, this course provides an excellent groundwork or prerequisite course for higher research works. Now, what are the content or the topic for the first quarter? So our topic for first quarter is scientific attitudes. What are the scientific attitudes, class? We have curiosity, intellectual honesty, critical mindedness, open mindedness, skepticism, objectivity, and the last is perseverance. So these are the 7 scientific attitudes that we are going to discuss in the first quarter. Not just scientific attitudes are to be discussed, but we are going to discuss also the basic science process skills. So what are the basic science process skills? There are 6 basic science process skills. Number 1, observing. Number 2, measuring. Number 3, inferring. Number 4, classifying. Number 5, predicting. And number 6 is communicating. Now, these are the 6 important basic science skills that you should master, because if you could master all of this, class, most probably you can be a good research and science students. At the time, as angelic students, you have to have all of these science process skills. Even this is just basic, but these are all important. And it is paired with the science or scientific attitudes. Now, for the first quarter, we have the following topics as presented, the content, but we have the standards to follow. So what are the standards? So you as the learner should demonstrate understanding of importance of recognizing scientific attitudes and the basic science process skills such as observing, measuring using metric system, inferring, classifying, predicting, and communicating. Now, you are asked to demonstrate the understanding and giving importance of recognizing scientific attitudes. So meaning, you, my dear students, are expected to really master the basic science processes. If you have this content standard, you have also the performance standards. Meaning, at the end of the first quarter, you have to perform the following standards. You are told or asked as learners to be able to communicate effectively through oral and written from descriptions of and inferences about observed objects and phenomenon. So, me as your teacher will going to give you an oral and written examination to check or to evaluate whether you can communicate effectively and can perform whatever things your teachers ask you to perform, because the lessons was already uh, discussed and presented, and your teacher expect you to perform what are the basic science or process skills and the scientific attitudes that you must have on. But we have learning competences to met at the end of this quarter. So what are the learning competencies? So you as the learner should be able to, number one, recognize and show scientific attitudes. Number two, explain the role and importance of observation in the empirical nature of science. Number three, demonstrate the skills of observing a given event and or object. Number four, use appropriate tools in measuring objects. Number five, describe the differences between an observation and inference. Number six, classify objects and events according to observable characteristics. Number seven, make predictions based on evidence. And the last, effectively communicate the result of observations. So this curriculum guide covers the first quarter of Research 1 subject. I hope the content of this curriculum guide is clear. If you have any questions, you may post your questions in our group chats so that I can entertain and I can answer all of your problems. Good day, once again, my dear students.